you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So Notre Dame's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Catch in the middle, it's Gilbert. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
It's going to be fun to watch this receiving group, I think, for Notre Dame this season. I think one of the things Marcus Freeman's done a really good job of in recent years is go to the portal and bring difference makers at the receiver spot. It was Malachi Fields coming over for Virginia, the big, tall body making big plays downfield last year for the Irish. And this has always been a position, David, that we thought was always a little bit behind some of the elite competition in college football, but it feels like that's starting to change now.
And great house and phase on both backs, so obviously some experience there, but then bringing in some ultra-talented, highly recruited receivers from Ohio State. Those guys usually pan out pretty well to have that speed element. A couple of guys that maybe clip now with this C.J. Carr offense and the passing attack, which went from a liability a couple years ago to a strength.
Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Williams. Might have a chance. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
The option look. He'll pitch it. Turning it on. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Pressure coming. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Pulls it and fires to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on third and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting the playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the fourth down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be, but I like the execution by the defense.
At the end of that play, there is still a member of the Fighting Irish down on the field. That is a sophomore offensive lineman down on the play, and we hope he's able to return soon. Running inside, it's Martin. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Off play action. Rushes on him. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Buckmeyer. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. The run inside. It's Williams. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
They'll give it to him again. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Gives it on the option. Here's a little room there. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, this defense has their hands full with him on this drive. And that DB, I'll tell you, he may have saved a touchdown with that tackle. When you've got speed like this running back has, if he gets in the second level, a lot of people start to hold their breath because it could be a house call. And you know they're going to keep giving him the football here in the drive. Up front, this defense has got to get a lot more physical.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Carr. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time, man. This crowd really affected the football game.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. They're setting up the screen. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it to my running back who's really good after the catch and really good with the ball in his hands, but the defense did the job. They got him on the ground. They gave up some yards, but they forced the 4th down.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. 4th down, Carr. Looking left. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Wide receiver comes in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Great awareness that time by the safety. He's obviously spent a lot of time in the film room. The D-line was upfield. It looked like that one might be a big gainer on the running back screen, but did you see how fast the safety came screaming down? He saw that thing coming from a mile away, and he's able to make a big-time stop.
Grabs it in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
On the run, it's Martin. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to throw again. Finds his man. It's Bachmeier. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Caught over the middle. It's Bachmeier. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Back to pass. It's Bachmeier. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. It's It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The give is to Williams. Nice move to pick up yardage. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. To the air, it's Carr. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside LaVell Edwards Stadium.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And the defense doing its job again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground, forcing a third down situation, likely to be a pass. Both defenses have played a really good football game so far.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. He'll throw it. Punts it out of the air. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The give is to Williams. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
What a great job by the defense understanding where they're on the field. Listen, the wide side of the field is this way. They're going to try to run that sweep, identifying it, flying like madmen to the football, just understanding speed and space. I got to be ready for that, and they were.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this his team. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Running inside, it's Martin.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Martin. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
And about the only thing good that happened on that last pass for the offense, completion percentage went up. 3rd down got longer. Here's a heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. The run inside. It's Williams. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. Gets open down the middle. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, giving those receivers faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Defense has been dominant. We reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Nobody's been able to get on the board as we check out the stats. It's It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the fourth. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bachmeier. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Trying play action. Complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Williams. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Quarterback keep. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And I think 3rd and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football, now you got a 4th down situation.
Punt is on its way. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Using his legs, it's Martin. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They feed him again. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Pulls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, BYU! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Who knows? That might be all it takes. This has been a defensive battle. Both offenses struggling mightily to execute anything, but they were able to put a nice little drive together. Their yards have been very difficult to come by. They found a way to get it done, and finally here in the 4th quarter, they're able to put some points on the board.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Running inside, it's Williams. At the 35, he's loose. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I love the play called running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Play action, C.J. Carr. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation. It's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Finds the tight end.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Carr above the noise. The quick out. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Maybe a crease. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Right back to the well. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throwing. Carr. Under fire. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Carr. The throw. Looking for the goal line. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on 3rd and goal? Oh, they're after him. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
I love players that step up in big situations, in big moments, in big games like that, late in this game on 3rd down, and just get the job done. That defender, an outstanding.
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on 4th down. Headed to the end zone. Takes it to the house. They are down by 1, and the clock strikes 0.
And with that touchdown, you could hear a pin drop in the stadium. The home field crowd taken out of it right away. If they get the extra point, they tie it up. What a momentum-shifting touchdown by the offense.
No time left on the clock. The extra point will send it to overtime. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Carr makes the grab, and he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Now here's Carr. The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver.
Maybe some room here. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! They take the lead here in overtime. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the big fella. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
When you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that is a big-time play. We might go back and circle that one, man. Like, this game is so close. It gets back and forth, right? Like, it could go any direction. Those are the type plays, man. The catch is there to be made. The offense could make it, but the physicality of the defense in the end zone to prevent that big touchdown.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Four-down territory in overtime, and they need to pick up a 3rd and long here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Hit as he throws. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.